In this video, we'll be seeing how a data processing pipeline looks like for different kinds of data. So, this is an interactive application that helps in observing data processing for text files, image files, audio files, and 3D mesh files. So, we'll go through the data processing pipeline for each kind of data one by one. We'll first start with the text file. So, we'll first upload the data. Upon uploading, we can see its content and also the preprocessor gets enabled. Over there, we can see different preprocessing options for text. So we'll try out a few and see how the preprocessed data looks like. So we can see its result over here. Next, the augmenter gets enabled upon the completion of preprocessing. And we can try out different augmentation techniques and see its result over here. So this was the entire pipeline for the text data files. Now we'll be moving on to image kind of data. So for image data, the pre-processing steps are different and we can see the options over here. So we'll try out a few over here and see the pre-processed result. So after pre-processing, we can then try out the different augmentation techniques and see the augmented results over here. So if you observe, the pipeline remains the same, only the pre-processing steps and the augmentation techniques that are used within each kind of data that gets changed. So now we'll be moving on to the audio kind of data. So for audio kind of data, we have two kinds of display. So one is in the audio form where we can listen to the audio, and the other is in the visual form. So in the visual form, we have two graphs. So one is the waveform graph and the second one is the Mel spectrogram. So now we'll try out the pre-processing for audio kind of data and see how it looks like and he feels like. So we tried out resampling and adjusting speed and we can see the pre-processed data has changed. There's a reduction in the time length and also the waveform data has changed. So now we'll try out some augmentation techniques like adding noise, pitch shifting, and time stretching. And we'll observe how the augmented data feels like. So we'll first hear it out. So we can observe that there is a change in the audio form. There's also change in the waveform and slight change in the spectrogram. So we can increase the image size and see it in a more minor form, and we can also download it as PNG. So this was the entire data processing pipeline for audio kind of data. Now we'll be moving on to 3D data. So for 3D data, we can interact with the data and see all its different aspects. So for that, now we'll try out some pre-processing and see how the pre-processed data looks like. So we can see that there's a slight change in the data and we can see that it looks different. Now we'll try out augmentations of rotation and adding noise. So, upon adding noise, we can see that the shape of the 3D structure has changed. So, we can observe this entire data processing pipeline and visualize it for the 3D data.